What is going on, Wolfpack? You're very welcome to another video here on Degenerate Watch. Thank you very much for joining me. In this video we're going to be taking a look at something that I haven't covered in quite a while here on the channel, and that is of course a sovereign citizen. And I just want to give a shout out to Helen J4902 who suggested that we do a sovereign citizen video during one of our recent premieres. And it just reminded me actually how long it's been since we covered a sovereign citizen here on the channel. And you're gonna love this one, guys, because not only does this fella not know what a motor vehicle is, he manages to get himself arrested twice in the space of only 10 days. Let's take a look.
1 Motor 92 Central Traffic Stop. After the light at Howland and Elkham, it's going to be a white Chevy, private tag is what it says. Hey, good morning, sir. I'm Deputy Smith with the Sheriff's Office. The reason for the traffic stop today is the tag that's displayed on the vehicles. It's not for any state. Not anything that's recognized.
It's not required to have a state tag on the car at all.
Per Florida state statute, it is.
Statutes are not constitutional. Statutes are not law. That's not law. Statutes and law is two different things.
As you can tell already, this man will do a lot of talking out of his keister. The definition of a statute is a written law passed by a legislative body. They're two different words, alright, I'll give him that one.
Okay, do you have a driver's license with you?
I don't care. Are you looking to identify me by my nationality or by a driver's license that's by a federal employee, which is not?
Okay, you're operating a motor vehicle on the roadway in the state of Florida.
It's not a motor vehicle.
Okay, what is it?
It's not a motor vehicle.
What is it?
It's not a motor vehicle.
What is it?
A driver's license is required by...
If this isn't a motor vehicle, can you explain to me what it is?
This is a vehicle, not a motor vehicle. It's not a motor vehicle.
Okay, how do the wheels move?
It's not a motor vehicle.
With a motor, correct?
This guy's tripping here, but at least he's not one of those boat captain sovereign citizens who's claiming it's a vessel. At least here we've established the fact that it is a vehicle, and usually when you pop the hood, that thing up in front there, usually that's where the motor is. Now maybe he's never checked, and that's why he doesn't believe that there is a motor there. I'm pretty sure he has to fill this truck up with gas, so does he ever not wonder where that's all going? You can already tell that this isn't going to end with this guy driving away here. It's just a case of how long until he's forcefully removed from the vehicle, because they never come quietly, do they?
Do you have any form of identification on you?
I don't have to produce...
Motor 92 Central, second, code 1. Yeah, sure.
So you can know that I have a fee schedule and you can't hold me up longer than 15 minutes.
Okay, what's your fee? What's your fee for a traffic stop?
We don't care.
He's in there rooting around for his documentation. Of course, not the documentation that would be any use to this officer. Probably just the usual fee schedules, declarations and pages of speeches, which hold absolutely no weight.
This is certified recorder for Wilson County Courthouse.
Okay, you're Earl Myers.
Violation.
What's a
No,
violation?
I'm not Earl Myers. No.
Okay. If you don't recognize the laws of this county, why would you have it signed by the clerk of court in this county?
Nice.
Okay. Do you have any driver's license? Have you ever had a driver's license?
Sir, I don't carry a driver's license. I don't carry a driver's license. Driver's license is not required to operate my private vehicle at all.
Okay, so I think the argument you're trying to make is that you have a right to travel.
I definitely do have the right to travel, but I don't.
But operating a motor vehicle
I don't really have to
on the roadways in the state of Florida is a privilege.
See, you're saying a motor vehicle. It's not
Yes,
a motor vehicle.
well, this would be classified as a motor vehicle.
No, a motor vehicle is not. This is not a motor vehicle.
What is it then? If it's not a motor vehicle, what is it? Do you think they're going to have a different opinion than me?
It's not much that can be said. Can you call your superior officer out because I'm...
There's people coming. Because that's what you want. You want to make a spectacle out of this, you're going to get one, okay?
No, I'm just saying that you pulled me over for what? Because the tag. I've had
because the tag on this vehicle doesn't come back to anything.
I've had numerous sheriffs, state troopers. Everyone has been behind me.
Yeah.
Orange County, Lucia County, Central County.
When was the last time you were stopped by the police?
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It may have been a while, but little does he know that's about to change. I find it hard to believe what he's saying, that there's been state troopers and other police behind him and he's had that tag on and he hasn't been pulled over. In the space of time that's elapsed here now, since the officer walked up and requested this guy's documentation, a reasonable person would have provided that to the officer by now. And I'm sure this officer is well aware what this guy is up to here. And I think we're only really waiting for backup to arrive on scene so we can extricate this man from the vehicle.
Okay. Did you have a tag on your vehicle when you were stopped by them?
Correct.
Okay, so what changed for you between you had a tag on the vehicle and then...
I canceled the contract. I canceled registration.
Okay, they canceled the
That's
registration.
a contract with the state. I
Okay.
canceled. It's not required.
Okay, so I'm failing to understand
That's a decision.
where you think that driving a motor vehicle
You
is
keep saying
is a
motor
right.
vehicle. And it's
Well, okay, what's under the hood of this?
It is a motor in here, but there's certain.
And what is a vehicle? What's your definition of a vehicle?
This is not a.
It's got wheels on it and it drives, right?
It's not a motor vehicle.
Okay. Well, I guess magic under the hood drives a vehicle, right? It propels it forward. I mean, it's got a motor in it. It's got wheels on it. It's got a drivetrain.
Anything can have a motor in it. Just because it has a motor doesn't classify it as a motor vehicle.
Right. So, like a generator has a motor, but it doesn't have. It's not self-propelled by the motor. It just generates energy. Whereas you have something that's powered by a motor that's self-propelled, has wheels on it. That sounds like a vehicle to me.
Did you ever hear such drivel and nonsense in all your life? Earlier on he was saying it's a vehicle but it's not a motor vehicle, and now when the officers asked him what's under the hood and he says, yeah, well, there is a motor under there but it's not a motor vehicle. Like, come on, like, nobody is this stupid. This is just a typical tactic where they just try to, you know, make things mean what they want it to mean to suit their little agenda. Common sense seems to have just gone straight out the window, but back here in reality, we're not buying it.
You call the sheriff out?
Yeah, well, you got a couple deputies here. What do you need from us? How can I help you help me? Make this go easier. Do you have an identification on you?
I just gave you my identification. I asked you, were you trying to properly identify my nationality? Or are you looking for a driver's license that's required by federal employees of the federal government?
Okay, again, you're operating a motor vehicle. It has a motor and it has wheels. It's a motor vehicle.
This is my identification. And
can I hang on to it for a second?
You can look at you can identify me, but you can't.
Okay.
Identify me.
What's your first name?
Right.
Okay, is that the name that's on your birth certificate? Or is that one you picked yourself?
Dyalla.
Okay. Where do you live? What's your address?
I don't have an address.
You don't live anywhere? You're homeless? Okay.
I'm not required to answer all of these questions that you're asking me. So if we're not,
the questions that I'm asking are biographical data. It's not protected information. It's not anything criminal that I'm asking you.
I don't have to answer those, sir.
Okay.
I don't have to answer those.
What laws do you recognize?
I don't have to answer those.
Are you familiar with Pennsylvania versus Mims?
I'd say the officer's asking him about Pennsylvania versus Mims because he's going to ask him to get out of the vehicle. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video would be familiar with the case of Pennsylvania versus Mims. I will do a standalone video on this someday, but for those who are not familiar with it, I'll give you a brief overview. In 1970, two police officers from the Philadelphia Police Department pulled over a vehicle driven by Harry Mims for an expired license plate. The officers instructed Mims to exit the vehicle. When Mims complied, an officer noticed a bulge in his pants under his jacket, conducted a pat-down and discovered a weapon. The officer proceeded to arrest Mims for carrying a concealed deadly weapon and unlawfully carrying a firearm without a licence, charges of which Mims was later convicted. The conviction was reversed by the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, PSC, on March 31st, 1975, which ruled that the evidence should have been suppressed because the police had violated Mims' Fourth Amendment rights against unlawful search and seizure. The United States Supreme Court, in turn, reversed the PSC's reversal, upholding the original conviction on the grounds that no violation of the Fourth Amendment had occurred. The initial ruling favoured the police officer in the Court of Common Pleas in Philadelphia. An appeal was brought to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, which ruled in favour of Mims. The ruling was reversed once again by the US Supreme Court. In a 6-3 ruling, the US Supreme Court decided against Mims, holding that the order to exit the car was reasonable and thus did not violate the Fourth Amendment. It was considered common for police officers to ask a person inside a vehicle to exit the vehicle so as to prevent any danger that may occur to the officer. It is also much safer to avoid danger from oncoming traffic. Asking Mims to step out of the car raised little more inconvenience and revealed more than what had been shown before. Therefore, the bulge that the officer noticed posed a serious threat to the officer, and anyone with this realisation may have conducted a pat-down. So that's a brief overview of Pennsylvania versus Mims, and I will do a standalone video on that someday.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm being held up? Are you?
Well, this is a traffic stop. You're being detained at this point for the purpose of investigating a traffic violation.
A traffic violation?
Correct.
Under what ground?
Well, I explained to you when I first came up here that the tag that's on the vehicle doesn't belong to any state. It says what, DOT exempt.
This is a private vehicle. It's a private tag.
I understand that. I understand it's a private vehicle, private motor vehicle. I apologize.
It's not a motor vehicle.
Well, it's got a motor in it. So what I'm going to ask for you now is if you can step out of the vehicle.
I'm not stepping out, sir. I'm not stepping out of the vehicle.
Sir, I'm being extremely reasonable with you.
I'm not stepping out of the vehicle.
Okay, I'm being extremely reasonable with you. If you would like me to be unreasonable, I can do that.
Why would I step out of the vehicle? Under what ground do you have to get me to step out of that vehicle?
Pennsylvania versus Mims. It's case law that establishes for officer safety reasons, if I ask an occupant of a vehicle to exit.
Okay, I'm going to record all.
You're fine to record it.
Yeah, we're recording it. I'm not stepping out of the vehicle. So you can call. Can you call your sheriff? Call chief.
You would like somebody else to come out here?
No, you can call the sheriff.
The sheriff. I don't know if he'll come out here for this.
Call your superior officer.
You might get some attention from him though, if that's what you're looking for.
He asked you to step out of the car.
I find it a bit bizarre that they didn't get him to move out of this turning lane that he stopped in. You have the guy's truck just ahead here and then what looks to be at least 3 patrol vehicles blocking what's left of the turning lane. I know in a lot of cases it's not ideal for an officer to get a suspect to move the vehicle to somewhere else, especially if it's like off to a side street or somewhere. It just gives the opportunity to either pull something out or conceal something. So I understand why it may have been better to just deal with this in situ. But with that aside, I think this officer's been more than generous with the amount of time he's given this guy. He's been very polite, patient and cordial with him, and he's given him every ample opportunity to cooperate, but the guy just doesn't seem to want to. And just on a little side note here, I have to say I do like the artwork on the side of the Volusia County Sheriff's Office vehicles. You'll see it as the officer walks up along the side of the 2 SUVs here.
Hey, I asked him to get out. He doesn't want to get out, so we're going to take him out. So, yeah, as far as I can tell, he's doesn't. You know the deal. I don't have to explain it. So, he wants to be removed.
What's up?
Do you feel compelled to step out of the vehicle now? Not at all? Okay, well you have 3 deputies here. that are more than capable of answering any of the questions that you might have that would convince
You're
you.
asking me. So for one, was there anyone injured in this?
All right, we're not going to be answering those questions because
So,
it has nothing to
what
do
does
with
it matter?
this traffic stop.
Yeah, but you pulled me over for
Are you
no
correct?
Are you going
reason.
to be stepping out of the car?
You pulled me over for no reason. Was there
Are you
injured
gonna be stepping out of
was
the
there
car?
injured-
Okay.
Hey,
Nope. You're getting out.
So you pulling me out?
You're getting out of the car.
Okay. So y'all pulling me out?
Yes, you're getting out of the car.
Okay, y'all pulling me out. So listen. If you put me in handcuffs,
Stop resisting.
you're gonna get put in handcuffs. Stop. Y'all put me in. Man, I ain't even acting up.
Yeah, take it away. Easier, man, okay?
This is what happens, man. Dude, I've been reasonable with you. I've tried to make this easy, but
Okay.
You can't touch my phone, man.
Stop.
Well, y'all got a lawsuit.
It's going to stay with you. You got it?
You just gonna take my phone out of my hand?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay?
all you have to do is listen.
Y'all are violating.
It's all good. Mine's just like buried in my truck. I got it. No, I got it.
Let go.
Put my wallet in my pocket, man. Why you just snatching my stuff? Man, you ask.
This is
I wasn't-
ridiculous,
did I cuss-
man.
But did I cuss y'all out? Did I?
No, did we cuss you out?
No, but y'all being rude for no reason,
we
man.
got a job to do, pal. We're not
Like
being
I'm a damn do something to
All
y'all
right,
or
here, let's
something.
walk over to my car, man.
No, I'm not, man. I don't have to, I'm not going to the car. Get in no car.
Okay, I'm asking you to walk to the front of the car.
Y'all put me in handcuffs. The fee schedule that I have.
To the front of the car, okay? Well, you can certify mail me your fee schedule when we get done here, okay?
Yeah, because the most pressing thing here is to make sure a man gets paid after all. Who do these officers think they are wasting his time like that? They're not getting it for free anyway, that's for sure.
Do you have anything on you?
I don't have nothing on me.
Appreciate it. Do you have any type of identification other than the one that you provided to me already?
The identification that I have is my tribal identification.
Okay.
The one that you have in your system is a corporation name. It's an all capitalized name, which isn't me as a living man.
What's your corporation name then?
That's not me. I'm not a corporation.
What's that all saying again? No man is a corporation? Or maybe that's Ireland, I'm not quite sure.
Okay. Well, the corporation you is going
I'm
to sit
not
in
a-
the branch jail until they can identify you,
Oh,
okay?
well, I'll be John Doe. I'm not a corporation.
Okay, you can be John Doe if you
That's
want
the
to be
all
John Doe.
capitalized name is not me as a living man.
I will put minimal effort into identifying you then if you want to be booked as a John Doe, okay?
My fee schedule for anything.
The sovereign citizen thing.
It's not a sovereign. That's a violation for you to call it a sovereign.
Doesn't work here.
That's not a sovereign.
All right, do me a favor.
There's no
We're
such
gonna
thing.
Walk back to my... Can you get the door for me?
Can I get that phone? Let me make a phone call. You get to the branch jail.
Okay,
What you mean get to the branch jail?
let's walk back here.
So you taking me? You putting me in the car?
Yeah, you're going to jail, pal.
You putting me in the car?
Yes, you're going to go into this car. Thank you.
Sir, come on.
All right.
So you putting me in the car?
Yes, we're going to go into the car.
Get my phone.
We're going to the car.
The branch jail.
I'm in route 2332.
I don't consent to no search.
Okay, that's fine. You don't
I don't
need your
consent to no
consent.
search
You don't
of
need
my
your
vehicle.
consent. Have a
You
seat.
violated my rights. I don't consent to no search.
Okay, have a seat.
I don't consent to no search.
Have a seat.
You just going through my stuff, man. I
Have a
don't
seat.
consent to no search.
Okay, your lack of consent is noted. Thank you.
All right. I'm glad y'all doing it. Ooh, wee. I'm glad. Yeah.
Did he get called? 10, 12, 10, 15?
I'll tell you, the only bit of sense that I've heard our driver here speaking since this whole traffic stop started was that a sovereign citizen doesn't exist. But despite that, he had a lack of clarity about exactly what was going on, seeing as he had to be told several times that he was, in fact, getting arrested.
Oh, pal, this is his private property, man. You ain't taking
That's a
this.
fictitious tag. I took mine.
Okay. All right. See what happens, bro? I talked to him for 5 minutes and I'm already... I appreciate it.
Our boy Earl Myers III, aka Wayne L. Callian, was charged with resisting an officer without violence, providing false identification, driving while licence suspended or revoked, driving an unregistered motor vehicle, 2 counts of possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, and possession of marijuana with intent to sell, along with citations for having an obscured tag, no proof of insurance, no driver's licence, no motor vehicle registration, driving while suspended, and possession of a controlled substance in a motor vehicle. Myers was found to have 5 prior felony convictions for 2 counts of driving with a suspended licence, hit and run, trafficking cocaine, and possession of cocaine with intent to distribute. So as you can see guys, a litany of charges and citations to add to his ever-growing rap sheet. And I have to say, I do like the deputy in this one. I thought he had some good comebacks for this fella. I think he knew what he was going to be up against straight away as soon as he saw that tag, and then once again when he was handed that phony ID. It's just a matter of then waiting for your backup to arrive and getting him out of the car with as minimal fuss as possible. And at least here he didn't put up too much resistance when it came time to get him out of the vehicle. It could have been much worse. It could have went the way of some other guys and he could have lost a window and been dragged out of the car while being tased. So now we're going to fast forward 10 days and we're going to go to the 3rd of May 2025. It's a Saturday evening and our boy Earl is out on bond for his previous arrest. And would you believe it folks, yet again a deputy spotted him driving with his DOT exempt private plate. And of course, as you'd well expect, the deputy decided to perform a traffic stop on the vehicle, and that's what we're going to take a look at now.
You were identified him as the person, right? Okay. So
How do you want to?
Put his under arrest, step out. He doesn't, we'll bring a window, take him out.
You got it.
Now I'm not quite sure how long this stop has been going on for, or if the officers have only just pulled him over. And the sergeant is pretty clear here, they're not going to stand for no nonsense. I'm pretty sure they're well aware of the incident that happened only 10 days previously, so they already know what to expect from this guy. The only question we have is, has he learned from what happened the last time? Let's see.
What's his name?
Myers, last name Myers.
What's his first name?
Hey, what's going on?
How's it going, boss man? I need you to step out of the vehicle.
I'm traveling on the phone.
Okay.
Why would I step out of the vehicle?
Because right now you're under arrest.
I'm under arrest for what? You see this?
Okay. So you're refusing to step out of the vehicle?
Why am I stepping out of the vehicle?
Because you're placing you under arrest. You're traveling. Okay.
I'm not committing a crime.
Okay. You mind just stepping out of the vehicle then? If not, we're trying to avoid this whole ordeal right now, bro.
Why are you bothering me? I have the right to travel.
I understand that, my man, but if you're refusing to step out of the vehicle after we told you, we're going to have to break the window.
Private automobile.
Okay.
I'm traveling on the
Gotcha.
constitutional protection.
So you're not going to step out for us?
Why would I haven't done nothing. I haven't committed a
You're
crime.
not. You're committing one right now. You're not going to step out for us.
There's no crime committed.
Okay. So you're not going to step out for us is what you're trying to
There's
get
no
at.
crime committed.
Okay. Well,
Good.
We're not playing games.
Right?
I unlocked the door. Step out.
You got it. Well, he did it himself.
Step out.
Note here how he's been given another opportunity to step out. I know at this stage the window is already broken and it needs to be repaired, but I think I heard him complaining that there's glass going everywhere. Of course, as the officer rightly noted, this is a problem he brought on himself. The last time he just unlocked the door and stepped out of the vehicle and he got to keep his window, but this time he's doubling down and it's not going very well for him. And second to that, this time he's not on his own, he has a female passenger with him. At this stage, he should just unlock the door and step out because common sense would dictate that you're not driving away here.
Watch it, just in case. Just in case, watch it. There you go.
Step out. Look what this man just did.
Step out.
This man literally just bust my window out.
You good?
Yeah, I just cut my finger.
I didn't do anything. Nothing. Step out. I did absolutely nothing. Man. Listen, man, listen.
Stop pulling away. Stop.
Man, I'm not resisting, man.
You're resisting right now, bro.
What the hell? What kind of shit, man? Man, for no damn reason. That's wild, man.
No, when you can't act like an adult, this is what happens.
I'm acting like an adult. What did I do?
You're acting like a child.
You know what you did.
Hey, do me a favor. Y'all step back in that driveway, please. Don't stand there. Step back in that driveway
Yeah,
now.
man.
You
Yeah.
want me to give her some stuff?
Yeah, please,
Yeah,
man.
I can do that.
Can you?
Put your check right here, bud. Okay, I'm gonna give you a search, okay?
Man, this is crazy.
What do you want me to give her?
Good grief.
And here we have the obligatory filing cabinets worth of documentation that these guys always seem to carry around with them, but never the documentation that the people that they're interacting with are actually looking for. I'll break it down simply for this guy. There's only 3 things that you really need: license, registration, proof of insurance, not fee schedules and manifestos.
He's from the Yamashui tribe.
The what?
The Yamashui.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Then we're walking to my truck over here.
Can she get my paperwork out of the truck with I have important documents. I have
Yeah.
birth certificates of live birth like that, and they
Is
tell
it
her,
the binder?
huh?
Is it the binder?
Yes, they won't let her get
Yeah,
that.
I can get the binder.
Thank you, man. Damn, man, I like you a lot. Damn, I like you. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, like I don't.
Listen, I get it, buddy. It's
All right.
I get it.
Yeah, better not forget all that important documentation, because they'll definitely need all that down at the jail. He's saying they won't let her get it. She probably doesn't want it. Another interesting thing I noticed there was when the officer was putting him into the back of the police vehicle, there was music blaring. And actually, over the last couple of months, I've seen a few clips on social media where an officer's listening to their own personal music while they're on patrol in a cruiser. And I'm just interested to hear what you guys think of that, so let me know down below in the comments. Do you think it's a distraction? Do you think they should be allowed to do that? Or do you think they should be just paying attention to the police radio? But back to our boy Earl, who yet again has racked himself up more charges and citations. This time he was again charged with possession of a counterfeit license plate, driving without a license, driving an unregistered motor vehicle and resisting without violence. He also received several more traffic citations for failure to provide his license, registration and insurance, as well as tint violations this time. To me, it just doesn't really seem like this guy learns from his mistakes. Here he is, twice in the space of 10 days, getting caught committing the same offences, and in absolute denial right to the very end that he's done anything wrong. As I mentioned earlier in the video, before these 2 incidents, this guy had 5 prior felony convictions. He had 2 counts of driving with a suspended licence, a hit and run, trafficking cocaine and possession of cocaine with intent to distribute. I'm not sure what sentences he received in regards to those 5 prior felonies, but I'd be of the opinion that he did do some jail time. Sometimes you come across these folks and they have a string of previous convictions, and I often wonder to myself, did they ever get fed up of being convicted and then just decide that the law doesn't apply to them? Just think about this for a second. This guy here has a previous felony conviction for hit and run. He's driving around in an unregistered truck. In the first incident involving him that we looked at there, he was found in possession of a firearm and he's a convicted felon. He was also found in possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. So do you think if he ran into somebody that was crossing the street that he's going to hang around and wait for the police to arrive? Do you think if he crashes into an innocent, unsuspecting motorist, he's going to hang around and exchange details? Absolutely not. He's going to be gone like a phantom, and any eyewitnesses that see the vehicle will get a tag that comes back to nothing. By the looks of things, the only way to keep this guy out of trouble is to keep him off the streets altogether. And I'm not suggesting to lock him up and throw away the key, but I think a slap on the wrist here isn't going to be sufficient. And as you can see, while he was out on bond, he was continuing to commit the same offences. So maybe some time in jail to contemplate what he's doing with his life and the poor decisions that he's been making might be of some benefit to him. But then again, sometimes these guys just never learn. So unless this guy has an epiphany of some sort, I think we may end up seeing him again. Well guys, that just about wraps things up for this video. I do thank you very much for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd be very thankful if you'd go down below and hit that like button, as it does really help the channel out. If you like what we do here and you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so at some of the links down below in the description, or alternatively you can hit the little heart button down below this video to send us a super thanks. You can also help support the channel by joining the Wolfpack and becoming a channel member. More information can be found out at the link down below in the description. And I'd like to give a massive shout out to my current channel members and extend a warm welcome to our 5 new channel members who are joining us from the membership giveaway in our last premiere. As always guys, your support and encouragement is very much thoroughly appreciated. I'd also like to give a big shout out to everyone that's watching this with me on the premiere, our premiere squad. Thank you very much guys for joining me. As always, I'll be back in the next couple of days with another video. I do hope you'll join me then. But if you're looking for something else to watch after this video, why not check out one of the videos that should be appearing on screen now. Until next time guys, stay safe, take care, peace.